Synchronicity University is proud to present some of the most brilliant astrologers on the planet, and you've got a little time left to join our September programs for as low as just $5 a class, an unheard of rate to learn from these astrologers. Learn more and sign up now at synchronicityuniversity.com. Links below. Hello, fabulous superstar Libra. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of August 2025. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month is huge. There's really no other way to put it. It is going to be Mars that moves into your sign right around the 5th or 6th of the month, depending on where you are on the planet. And as soon as that happens, a few things take place. So one is, for you, you feel different. Right away, there's this surge of energy. My dear friend, Robin Armstrong, Canadian legendary astrologer, he called this the life force. The force is with you at this time. And that's what it's like when you have a transit of Mars, and especially at the beginning, Libras are going to feel this energy. But there's something very special happening this time around. And that is, as soon as Mars steps into your sign, it begins to activate the Great Sextile. And the Great Sextile is a major configuration, and it is playing out this year, but it is going to be precise to the minute next year. It gets mighty close this month. August, this month is huge. And the fact that it is Mars in your sign that is setting off not just the Great Sextile, but is essentially setting up a larger, supremely harmonious configuration that really comes down to a near Star of David. So the Star of David configuration is very rare. But when it takes place, it is supreme harmony, but also opportunity and motivation to make it count for something. And we're just like one off, right? One placement off from it being a full-on Star of David. So what this suggests to me is we're going to have some of the best of the opportunity, the tension. And for you in particular, this ends up being energy that is incredibly special. Yes, Mars steps in your sign and immediately is standing across the sky from Neptune and Saturn. Those are not easy energies. I want to be straightforward with you. There's energies here of anger, of restriction, of feeling held back, of feeling disappointed, especially in other people. But then we also have that Mars in a grand trine with Uranus and Pluto, and that is pure power. That is opportunity. That is blessings, big blessings at that. And these larger blessings at play are going to speak right to the heart of you. It's essentially like you are receiving all these big energies, and you will feel these energies right out of the gate as soon as Mars enters your sign. And Mars does move quickly, and so Mars will move on. Once we get past the middle of the month, Mars will no longer be part of this configuration, and yet the energy of Mars and the motivation stays with you. This is about a month and a half of energy that's going to be with you. And that larger grand sextile configuration is still going to be at play. It's still going to be playing out throughout the month, really, but especially as we move towards the middle of the month, the connection between Uranus and Saturn and Neptune, well, they grow that much more exact at that time. So lots to look forward to here. Huge energies at play. And it is you that almost like brings the spark. You set it up. You are the one who ends up benefiting the most from these big, bold, incredible energies now. It is this month that we have a full moon. With all this happening simultaneously, on the 9th of August, we get a full moon. Now, what is so interesting is, yes, big things happening, and yet this full moon is essentially unaspected. And what that means is that it's not really connecting with other major power players in the sky. It has a sense of being compartmentalized in its energy. And this full moon is taking place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with what you want in your heart of hearts in every area of life. It has to do with your understanding of what brings you joy, what makes you happy, creative fulfillment, and children, if you want them, if you have them. Here's the thing, because this energy is essentially isolated, what it tells me is it's going to be emotional in these areas, but it's not really like something's happening outside of you that's setting it off, that, there are external factors that feel stressful. No, it's an emotion that arises from within you. Full moons tend to be emotional times in and of themselves, but when they're essentially unaspected, it means you're feeling it, it's directed at an area of life, but ultimately it is a personal experience that you're having, making it no less valuable. But yeah, that tells me that you might be feeling especially creative. You might be feeling very connected to a need to feel happy, to have fun, to enjoy yourself. You might be feeling very connected to what your heart is really wanting. That voice of your heart is feeling like it's coming right to the surface at this time. Now, as we navigate forward, the 11th of the month is when Mercury will go direct and will leave shadow on the 25th. Mercury goes direct in a friendship part of your sky. And so, if there have been misunderstandings with friends, whether or not you realized that was the case, this is where things start to clear up. If it has felt as if you working within a group endeavor has felt frustrating to you, uncertain to you in some way, this is where it starts to feel like things move forward in a way that feels a lot more steady and even favorable to you as well. And if it has felt as if you have been deeply frustrated by perhaps feeling like other people aren't there for you or aren't helping you in ways you want, well, this is where either you make sense of it and you understand your pathway forward, you get the support you need, or maybe it is that you end up reconnecting with one of these people and you're able to sort it out. Regardless, though, Mercury going direct is a good thing. It clears up communications with group endeavors and with your friends as well. Now, moving forward, the 12th of the month is when we have the most romantic day of the year, when Jupiter meets Venus in the sky. But it isn't just about romance. It's Jupiter meeting your ruling planet, a once-a-year event. And it is happening on the 12th, the day after Mercury goes direct. And having this is powerful, let me tell you. This is significant energy at play. Now, it isn't just the most romantic day of the year, Jupiter meeting Venus, but it is Jupiter meeting your ruling planet, which maximizes the sense of optimism and possibility and faith at this time, and also blessings at this time. For you, this meeting is taking place at the top of your sky, having to do with career, social standing, life purpose, and your understanding of a higher, more loving vision for your life. What does that look like for you? What does that feel like for you? How do you stay directed in that way to help yourself at this time? These all become an important part of the consideration for you now. But for all that, know that there could be some career advancement. There could really be practical opportunity. But this is Jupiter, which means you've got to take action to make it count for something. Any action, even a symbolic action, can go a really long way. And so what might that be? Well, reach out, submit an application, contact somebody, actually clarify what you're going for, work on your resume, talk to a former boss, talk to your current boss about a promotion, what could be possible there. Life purpose, connecting with someone, sending an email, going on websites that resonate with you as part of your purpose. All of these are steps that you can take to maximize this energy. But make no mistake, it is an energy of blessing. And there might very well be some sense of recognition or reward that might find you at this time that feels that much more rewarding. On the 23rd of the month, we will have this month's new moon, and this new moon takes place in the sign just before yours. There are a few things that are important about this new moon. So one is, it is actually the first of two new moons that take place in this part of the sky. So we have this one this month, and next month it is a new moon solar eclipse that happens in this part of the sky. The new moon this month is at 0 degrees. And this is one of the more important degrees in any given sign. New moons bring with them new beginnings, new opportunities. But when it's at 0 degrees, it's like we know there's a beginning, but we don't really know what that looks like or what that's going to be for us just yet. It's like a seed, but we don't know exactly what. It hasn't taken any kind of form for us just yet. It is going to be that solar eclipse that is at 29 degrees. Also, another very karmic, important degree, which brings with it a dramatic beginning, but also a closure. They come hand in hand at that time. And I will talk about that in next month's horoscope as well. But for all that, this new moon this month is going to be speaking in a conversation of tension with Uranus. That is a wild card of an energy. And it is also part of a yod formation, a larger configuration involving Saturn and Neptune and Pluto. And what that suggests to me is it's that new moon that's getting all of the energy of all of the really big, huge power players in the sky at that time. And so whatever's happening at this time, whatever beginning is taking place, it feels like it comes on by surprise. However, given that it's part of the yod formation, it's also something that it's fated, right? It's karmic. It's like it had to happen. This is a moment when you're meant to have whatever development does take place, and you're able to resolve it quickly as well. And so the area of life where you're going to experience this energy has to do with like what you don't know. So this is a part of the sky that has to do with soul, psyche, spirit, and the unconscious, what you're not aware of, whether about yourself or any external person, place, thing, or situation. If anybody out there is going to feel like there was something they really didn't know, and all of a sudden they know, and it's a game changer. Now consider where these big players are, right? We have got Uranus and Pluto both in fellow air signs. Pluto in a part of the sky that has to do with what you really want in your heart of hearts. And it is Uranus that is in a very philosophical, expansive part of your sky. And then consider that in your opposite sign, we've got Saturn and Neptune hanging tight, close together in the sky, also speaking with this new moon. And all of this to me adds up to a few things, but really, this really is about some external, possibly person or circumstance that comes rather quickly. And it might in some way have you questioning what you believe or your philosophies, and if you can stay true to certain ideals or ethics that you might have. But at the same time, whatever comes forward, there's, I want to say, refreshing quality to it. Yes, it might be dramatic. It might feel uncertain. It might feel shocking to some. But at the same time, there's a cleansing quality to this, where if there are closures, their time has come. In some cases, long ago, their time has come. And I think for most Libras, though, this really is going to be your own shift of energy, your own inner sense of knowing you have a lot more to do in this lifetime. And you absolutely do. And whatever realization you have, it comes as a result of an interaction with another person. And that brings me to the context of love. So let's talk about love, because Pluto is in a part of the sky that has to do with romance, dating. And it is Mars and Saturn in a part of the sky for you that have to do with partnership. All kinds of partnership are highlighted here. And then you add the most romantic day of the year is at the very zenith of your sky. And so love is going to be important to you. Love and respect going together is going to be very important to you. And it looks like, there might be key interactions with another or key understandings of another that shape this time where it feels as if you get it, you understand it, maybe a past situation, maybe a current person. But as you find this depth of understanding, it might just change how you are in relationships going forward from here. Now, all of this becomes especially true if it is that you're open to meeting someone new. You just might be putting some pattern behind you at this time, reflecting on and examining that much more deeply what has been before, so you don't have to repeat certain patterns that no longer work for you. It might be someone new that you meet at this time that becomes part of this awareness that on a soul level you're ready to have. For those of you just starting to date someone, I think a lot of these energies to me say you are going to find out some truth about this person. Either it's going to be a truth that endears you to them, even if it comes on by surprise, even if it's unexpected, or it's going to be a truth that might lend itself to a very quick ending with this person. Because this is about what you didn't know and all of a sudden you know, and it is a game changer of an energy, this very much could play out in terms of someone you're dating and someone who you might have wondered if they are partnership material or not. At least under the light of the new moon, you will know. Now, for those of you in an established bond, a couple of things to mention. We do have that full moon happening on the 9th in that same romance flirtation part of the sky. And so what that says to me, a lovely time. Nothing of real consequence though, whether you're dating someone or in an established bond. It can be just a fun moment, if you will. But as we navigate further under the light of that new moon, whatever's coming to light might not have to do with your partner at all, and they just might be there to offer another perspective or moral support. It could be that you learn something involving them that doesn't really have anything to do with you, that doesn't speak to the relationship. But of course, there is going to be that small percent where it is the case that you learn something about your partner and it feels like a game changer. It feels as if, wow, all of a sudden, this whole other understanding, there's a whole other perspective pops up. And it could be a game changer for you. It's up to you to decide what sense you're going to make of it. But what I will say is, for you in particular, the crux of it really is Venus, Jupiter meeting at the top of your sky. Is there respect here? Are you heading in the same direction in terms of a shared destiny with your partner or not? That might be part of your consideration as to whether or not you want to navigate forward. What I love about this month for you, there's so much here. It's a powerful and meaningful astrological moment. I'm going to say I love the energy of, well, I think a lot of this month really is all about Jupiter meeting Venus in the sky. It is such a fortunate energy, and it's such a fun energy at that. At the start of the month, we're still kind of reeling with this energy that's with us at the very end of last month, which is as soon as Venus moves into this part of the sky, is going to connect intention with Neptune, with Saturn. So there might be a disappointment around love that does take place for some Librans out there. But I think the overwhelming majority is going to find that as you move forward, it's almost like the disappointment was necessary to create space for something that feels even better, an even bigger blessing to enter. Chances are you're feeling really good, really lifted as a result of some opportunity. It could be related to career, it could be related to purpose, an accolade, a recognition could happen at this time, or a sense of connection to a higher, more loving vision for your life, because you're going big at this time. And, I want to say you've earned it, and maybe that absolutely is a part of it. But I also think that with Venus meeting Jupiter, this energy is just so protective. It's so big that chances are it'll also feel like a blessing. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with Choose Your Membership rate. Higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity, university events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Links are in the description below. And thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.